Finally, the sunny weather has come. I'm so tired of the rain, but we are returning back to our ZAZ 968.
The ZZ 968. Maybe this could save the day for socialism.
And hear what is happening here. This is an expanding form. I feel the gap between the windshield and the panel, but that's not all. I freaked out and cut off the most of this hood. Now it's nice and tiny. That is what I actually need. Maybe I will build it up a little to make some shadow, but even if there will be some glares, I don't care, because finally I got much larger field of view. Before it was like in a tank. And of course I will cut off the tinted film, but actually this car has such a small windshield. I still can't get used to it after our Civic. I would like it to be bigger.
Hey dude, after 8 years you will buy a Mustang. That is the car with even smaller field of view, so don't complain.
Anyway, I lubricated all the surfaces near the panel with some lithium grease, so this expanding foam won't stick to the body and the windshield. Now I can take it off easily, and then I will degrease those surfaces and the trick is done. So let's go to the workshop. I improved parking brake lever. Actually, I combined Audi's lever with the original one. At the first glance, it's pretty easy. I really like that it has this nice chromium coating, and the handle is so comfortable. It moves much more smoother. I could leave the original on its place, but it's completely tired. This dude really wants to rest. I believe it's made of such a steel grade. I think this is the alloy of cardboard and plastic. There are two holes for additional adjustments. You can change the position of the pulley. I took this part from the original lever and welded it to the new one. And I found this small switch, so I decided to use it as it was meant. And now I can connect it to the dashboard and get a parking brake indicator. So why not add more comfort? We are again in my secret laboratory. And I made this wipers motor move. This is my Frankenstein. I connected it in the car, but nothing happened. I didn't understand what I forgot. Later I figured out that I didn't connect another one positive wire that goes to the relay. So I took this $1 relay, put it together on the table, and it works nicely. And I'm just sitting here enjoying how it spins. It can spin with this speed, and faster, and even faster. The original wiper has only 2 speeds. This episode is brought to you by this unnamed floor covering glue. Unnamed floor covering glue, your confidence in any situation. So after the processing this expanding form, it has this nice shape, and now I'm covering it with this glue. After hardening, it becomes pretty strong and rubbery. I think it should be a good base layer. I don't even want to additionally reinforce it with any fabric. Initially I wanted to use some fiberglass, but now I see it doesn't need it. A few layers of this glue should work pretty well. I reckon this part doesn't experience any loss. There is a gap between the windshield and the panel. Then I need to sand and paint this surface. It should look pretty well. Oh, it's so wonderful when someone is helping you. Especially when there is work for a woman's hand. So we are disassembling the last parts of the interior. Now my girlfriend unscrews those rubbers on the floor. What I'm gonna put there instead? I don't know so far. I hope my intuition should tell me. But one thing I know for sure, I don't want a rubber floor. Firstly, it's weird. Secondly, it doesn't improve sound insulation at all. Meanwhile, we are exploring driver's seat retention mechanism. Whoops, it doesn't have any retention. I don't know how the previous owner used to drive, but when I tried to drive this car for the first time, I pushed in the clutch pedal and moved back at supersonic speed. Something is wrong with this system, I need to deal with it. So I want to unscrew those rails and make mountings on these seats. But here is significant reason. I believe I will be able to compensate it. And here I need to create some adapter for those rails so that I could use original seat adjustment. Unfortunately, I can't use this adjustment system which was used on Audi, because it requires some specific part on the Audi's body. Yep, cleaning is done. Here were a couple of wet cracks that are smelling terrible now. The wall interior stinks completely. Now all this is gonna dry off. By the way, the previous owner did a great job. He covered the bottom of the body with bitumen. That's why this car is pretty quiet at low frequencies. And that's why I was surprised. I'm just gonna improve it a little. The only thing is left to do with these seats is to finish the mountings. So I'm finishing the surface of the panel. It has several layers of glue over the expanding foam. It's pretty soft when you touch it. Almost every car panel has such a surface. This is exactly what I want. Also, I made some holes for the airflow, and now I'm smoothing out surface imperfections, and then I will paint it in rough. I paint it with the brush because I don't care about how it looks right now. I want to see how it looks in its place, and then I will decide what I'm gonna do next. Of course, I don't want to make it perfect. It's not a Bentley's handmade leather interior. It's just a Zaporoszets. This is a wood putty mixed with the glue. It hardens pretty quickly, and after that, the surface is ready for further processing. It helps me to achieve a good result faster. Oh, I added black ink a little, because when the surface gets some scratches, they won't be standing out too much. I'm finishing the second seat. The first one is already done. I have adjusted the rail's angle so that it matches the seat angle now. Horizontal position system is used original, and seat back adjustment is here. Everything welded firmly, so it should work very well. These rails are gonna be welded to the underside, and then these two can be removed to give much more free space for the back passenger's feet. That's how it looks now. Everything works fine. These seats are much more comfortable compared to the original ones. They have great side supports and headrests, so they keep your back in position really well. Today I even unfolded it right here and took a nap. It was so nice. So I'm finishing with it and starting to work on the back seats. Okay, I took off back seat and I have a question. What the hell is going on here? Anyway, there is a lot of space taken up by the back seat. Hey, you're in good shape. My father had a good workout in the gym today. That's why back passengers have not enough space for the legs, so I want to use the space properly. Initially, the passenger's ass used to be here, but I want to move it closer to the fuel tank, because I want to use the space wisely. Now let's see what do we have here. I believe this is a magic carpet. It was stolen from a museum, I think. Okay, next. There is a lot of expanding form. Even more than you can imagine. It is everywhere. And it's combined with some racks. Oh, expanding form again. And even fuel tank surrounded by this form. Oh my god. I have to clean it up completely. Oh, there is a lot of surprises left here.